Alrighty, so I cannot help but laugh at this particular story right here. I cannot help but laugh at the story like this. I've said it 1,000 times. DIE is destructive, but people don't want to listen. And this particular story, I am for sure, 100% sure that BBC doesn't want people talking about this story at all. They've been trying to hush it off for the past week or thereabout, but it is starting to take off. Now, what am I talking about exactly? If you guys don't know, it is Shuti Gatwa went and opened his fat mouth, or how they say it in America, spoke out of pocket while he was on Graham Norton Show, and BBC allegedly shut him down. I'd say allegedly. They slapped him off, right? Shut the F up, bruh. We didn't ask you to say that. And what exactly am I talking about? Well, it's about this story that came out about a week ago on Shuti Gatwa on Graham Norton Show, where BBC cuts Shuti Gatwa's Doctor Who's comment, confirming a third series for the 15th Doctor. Now, BBC is denying, but this particular website, Doctor Who TV, is BBC Incorporated. So it's either someone is inside this corporation that absolutely hates BBC, because this is the first place I actually saw the terrible rating of the Doctor. This is a website that is dedicated to Doctor Who, right? Since 2005, right? They were the first to report how bad this guy's ratings were. We have that confirmed. This report is not coming from elsewhere, but from the website, BBC's own website, dedicated to this show, right? So whatever he said, I'm going to read it, but I'm not going to read it from this particular website because I don't want to double read. I don't want to double handle on this channel. I don't want to waste your time, because what's happening now is that BBC is playing damage control over what Shuti Gatwa said. So exactly how? Well, a lot of articles are now starting to talk about this, and Deadline comes up with this particular headline saying that BBC didn't censor Shuti Gatwa over Doctor Who being renewed, but says his comment about season 3 was wide off the mark. Yeah, he spoke out of pocket. So I want to talk about this because, like I said before, DIE, fantastic thing, right? These people have decided to implement this whole DIE thing. And yeah, let's see how it's going. So far, so good with the actor and the show itself. So I'm going to dive into this particular article, share my opinion as we go along. Feel free to share your opinion in the comment section below. And also don't forget to smash the like button on this video. It's really difficult for me to make these things these days. I should have been on this story a couple of days ago, full disclosure. But I've been working 16 hours a day over 2 jobs over the past 4-5 days. So I'm having to do this at 3 a.m. in the morning because there's no other time I'll be able to do it. When I'm back from work after 16 hours of pushing it out there, I would be extremely tired. So if that doesn't get you to smash the like button, I don't know what else will. And if you're a returning viewer or actually new to the channel, consider subscribing as well. It does help a brother out, encourages me to make more of these videos, and I'll be getting up at 3 o'clock just for you. So without further ado, let's dive right into this, man. Let's talk about this. So when Shuti Gatwa recorded the Graham Norton Show last Thursday, he delivered what appeared to be good news for Doctor Who fans. However, much of them are left. His third season as the Time Lord would shoot next year. Whoop-de-doo. Gatwa's comments were briefed to the press by the Graham Norton Show's publicity team. So it was the Graham Norton Show's publicity team. One day happened, another maybe team on Friday morning, but his quote mysteriously changed when the chat show broadcasted on BBC One later that evening. So probably BBC, and this is the reason why people are saying it was BBC that edited it, right? Because the Graham Norton Show gave a different report to what was aired on BBC. Speaking to Norton on the famous Red Sofa, Gatwa originally revealed, quote, "We did a second series this year. The Christmas special is coming up, and we are filming a third series next year," which seemed to have magically disappeared when it aired. But when the show aired, this was edited to, quote, "We finished the second season earlier this year. We've got the Christmas episode coming out at Christmas, but it's amazing." Now, listen to the ridiculous reason as to why this was edited out. The Graham Norton Show warns journalists that it's not unusual for certain quotes fail to make the final cut, but the switch led some Whovians, to question whether Gatwa's remarks had been censored by the BBC amidst uncertainty over Doctor Who's future. And if you guys recall, right, even Russell T Davies said he doesn't know if there's going to be a season 3. And I bet you Disney is regretting putting $200 million over 2 seasons on this show. They could have thought better and said, hey, let's do 1 season first. But nope, they dive straight into 2 seasons head first. And they face planted into the ground. The truth is rather more mundane. This is the mundane truth. Like, please look aside. There's nothing to see here. Don't look behind the curtain. There's nothing to see here, everybody. So the truth is rather more mundane. Deadline understands that the Graham Norton Show made the edit to liven up Gatwa's answer and was not obeying a sinister request from BBC bosses. For real? For real? Understand that the Graham Norton Show. So the Graham Norton Show made the edit. Why would they report it? Why would they be the ones that reported it? Because it's their publicity press journalists that actually reported it. It's nobody else. But then when it aired on BBC, BBC edited it. That's from going by the story. This is what went down. So why would they edit? Why would Graham Norton Show edit what they reported, right? Kind of like it's not a good look for them, right? It makes them not credible, right? That's exactly what it does. So essentially, you telling us this is pish posh, right? They said, indeed, the Doctor Who team was not involved in brokering the interview, given the sex education star was promoting his appearance in the importance of being earnest at the National Theatre. Then why not just stick to that? Well, I'll tell you guys why he doesn't stick to that. Because this guy's persona is based upon his identity. And I'm not thinking that, I don't think he's going to get too many work, because this is what he has decided to sit on. Instead of being like Neil Patrick Harris, who also is gay, by the way, but never plays a gay character, because you don't have to. That should not be your persona. That should not be the only thing people know about you. He's black and he's gay, and everything about him is all about being black and gay, black and gay, black and gay. Well, you become a typecast and you become a diversity hire, which is exactly what BBC used you for. This is what they use all these so-called marginalized people, actors for. They make them into tropes and they use them to push their message. They use them as a tool to actually virtual signal to score brownie points from various marginalized community, quote and unquote marginalized. I use that loosely because there's no community that is marginalized today unless that community is marginalizing itself. Get that into your greasy head. For those of you smoking crack in the back, there is no marginalized community today. Matter of fact, if there is any, I'd say white people are more marginalized than anybody else. Disney doesn't like hiring white people. They don't promote white people. They don't, promote them at their workplace, right? And we've got this from a Disney vice president from one of their outlets, right? In America, right there. It was exposed, right? Where he was saying it, that, look, we don't hire white people, right? And we've seen them do this time and time again. Many reports have come out regarding Disney marginalizing white people, and Hollywood is doing the same thing. They're race swapping white people from, original characters that were white. We've seen them do it with Doctor Who, for instance. So if there's any marginalized community today, it will be white people. Let's continue. So BBC, however, distanced itself from Gatwa's remarks, restating that the Doctor Who will not be renewed until the actor's second season has premiered next year on BBC One and Disney Plus. They want to see if it will do anything slightly better, because if you guys recall, he's had the worst episodes in terms of viewership ratings. The worst episodes. Matter of fact, throughout the course of this first season of Ncuti Gatwa, the 2 episodes that people watched the most, one of them he wasn't on it, the other one he was stood still for most of it, right? It was stood still in one position for most of it, so we didn't get him to see him show his flamboyancy, charisma-ness, because if you guys recall, they told us that this guy is arguably the most charismatic person on the planet. Well, according to this article from The Guardian that said, Doctor Who, even the haters will find it impossible to resist Ncuti Gatwa. They sure are resisting him now. And in this article, they said he is possibly the most charismatic person on the planet. Oh my goodness. So what's happening now? So why is Disney not wanting to renew him if he was so charismatic, if people could not resist him? And why is BBC not wanting to renew it? Well, because DIE is a failed project. It's not going to happen. You're not going to force people to like what they don't like. If your show's terrible, I don't care how diverse it is. Not even black people, not even people of color will want to see your show. So they go on to say, as we've said previously, the decision on the season 3 will be made after season 2 transmit, and as always, we don't comment on the speculations. A spokesperson said season 2 will likely launch next spring. So essentially, they are reiterating something that Russell T Davies has already said, because Russell T Davies was like, man, I'm not sure there's going to be a season 3. It's not been confirmed yet, so I can't say anything to that. There is said to be some confusion, which is the first thing that came to my brain when I heard this whole story, and I'm not surprised. These people are confused people about why Gatwa made that comment, particularly given showrunner Russell T Davies has echoed BBC's position about the future. Well, there's not much confusion as to why. What he's doing is he's being cheeky. He's been very, very naughty. He knows that there is nothing really going for him. The brother knows, man. The brother needs a job. So as a result, he needs to secure his job. He really needs to secure it. And this is what happens when you decide that your entire persona is going to be based on your identity politics. And by identity politics, I mean the color of your skin and who you decide to sleep with. Something that is one of the most irrelevant things about an actor. Nobody cares. Nobody cares whether you're gay. Nobody cares who you're sleeping with. People love Patrick Neil Harris, Ian McKellen, and many other gay actors out there, because they're not putting it out there that this is what they want to be known for. Because it doesn't matter whether you're sleeping with a guy or a girl. It doesn't matter to fans. Ncuti Gatwa is trying to make sure that he secures his job, because I'm not sure this guy's going to get many more jobs out there. The two notable things we've known him for, he's the same, black and gay. Here we go. So Gatwa's own future on the series is also up in the air. A source tells Deadline that he might not be long for the job as he explores other roles. His rep has been contacted for comments. Now, what seems certain is that Doctor Who fans will have to wait until 2027 before a follow-up to next year's season. It remains to be seen in what form the sci-fi franchise will regenerate into. Definitely will not be holding my breath if it will regenerate to what it used to be or regenerate into a straight white male. I'm not too sure if they will ever want to go back to that direction unless they are broke. And what pisses me off the most about BBC is that they are using people's money who are paying for TV rights. I mean, I remember when I was in England, we were paying for TV rights to just watch TV that will still air ads on it, and you're taking that money and you're investing it to shove garbage identity politics at people. So you can imagine how annoyed and angry people are with BBC regarding this particular show. Not too surprised with Disney having a hand in this sort of things, because Disney has been doing this sort of things over and over. However, with BBC, it is particularly distasteful. It's particularly painful, repugnant, because people are actually paying for this particular crap that you are giving to them by force. It's not by choice, by force. So you guys let me know what's going on. I think that Ncuti Gatwa was being very, very cheeky. I think that there was some kind of, a dubious plan there for him to sort of like speak and will season 3 into happening. Pretty much like he's speaking and willing that the Doctor defeats a villain by twerking or something of that nature. And BBC is panicking because the more this story gets out there, the more the woke Whovian fans who are not jobs out there might come after them, which are the people that they are trying to pander to. I mean, do you know how bad this would really look to BBC? It looks really bad that they are shutting down a black man, and not just an ordinary black man, a black gay man. You reap what you sow, mother effers. Y'all didn't listen to us. We warned you. Y'all didn't listen to us. You made your bed. Now you gotta lie in it. Screw you, BBC One. Anyways, you guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, click down bell for notification, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care, peace, and Sayaz out. Bye-bye.